like a gator eye, an alligator eye, or crocodile eye, or a cat eye, tiger eye, a lion eye. That's what I see. It used to be all filled in with gold, and it also, during Christmas time, they had a wreath there that was gold. So they keep changing that one stripe in there. So anyway. Colliers. So Colliers is everywhere. So I didn't pay that much attention to Colliers real estate, except for in Gainesville, Florida. Colliers comes up all the time. Like 1 million apartment complexes are Colliers. It's like Ben Affleck lookalike over here. So I didn't realize Colliers also served Philadelphia. I think it's interesting. There's two companies, Morgan & Morgan, the law firm, very prominently advertised in Gainesville, Florida. I come back here and I see them all over the buses. In the past, it would have been Lundy Law, Slip and Fall. So anyway, but between Morgan & Morgan and Colliers, it's like Gainesville had to find a little place here to be like ever present in Philadelphia. Wow, they have Locust blocked off next to the theater here, Academy Theater. So they must have some stagehands coming in, props or whatever. Oh, they have the Anonymous Lover. Has anyone had an Anonymous Lover? Raise your hand. But anyway, the guy looks like he's wearing a wig, like a President, George Washington wig or whatever. What's his name, right? Well, all of a sudden, like, whoever the first president is, it was Washington's George Washington, right? All of a sudden, it didn't sound right, so I was like, that's weird. But anyway, we won't get into the Anonymous Lover idea. So there are, some people, they say it's okay to talk about it. So what if you experience something that's like a wave, and it's almost like the movie Cocoon that Ron Howard directed years ago, and there's a young couple in the pool. Like, the idea is there's a whole bunch of old people who find these cocoons, like alien cocoons, that are in a swimming pool that's really closed off, and they go in there and they are rejuvenated. It's like they found the fountain of youth. But there's a young woman who is, like the manager of the pods, right? Where she's from the pod world, and she's able to emit all kinds of energy to the young man who's trying to figure out like what to do with all these old people who show up to the pool. And they all have boats. They found the pods like out in the water, I think, originally, but anyway, but she's able to emit all this energy that gives like a really good feeling to the guy she was standing in front of while they're in the pool, without touching. So there's no touching, nothing. Can you imagine getting waves or like getting air hugs or more? A total anonymous lover who's like totally invisible, and you're like, can spies be invisible and totally like serve as a partner, or a lover? Say someone is sent in because someone is very mistreated on the streets of Philadelphia or similar, and there's no one who can give the right kind of love to that person to survive. So maybe we'll go with like the CIA or the ghost world or the pod world or Hollywood. They send someone in to help this person survive. I just realized they had LGBT flags all the way up there at the milestone, next to the Burlington House. So anyway, I didn't know that. There's probably like, I would say U of R students, but U of R's closed, so I don't know who's around any longer. Just go this way. So got tons of pink, everything's hot pink these days I've seen so many people with hot pink hats. But anyway, say there are some people who experience something like that in order to survive. And, either you have to be incredibly healthy, or the idea would be, or you're totally remade into a different person, or it's hard to say. But anyway, say that actually happened. Like, what is it? Like, how do they create that feeling, the love feeling, or of being loved? Or say you're rewarded every time you eat healthy food like pineapple or similar, and you have an invisible person come, who feels like they come up and hug you from behind, just like, your partner, your boyfriend, your husband, girlfriend, whatever. It's very much like a boyfriend feeling, like, coming up from behind and kind of giving you a sweet kiss on the shoulder, and loving you for loving your body by eating pineapple and peaches or similar, being a green juicer or similar. Say that actually happened. What would you do? Like, the one thing would be, you'd be afraid to talk about it, like, it's the only love I ever get. So, I'm being tortured. Say you're tortured, at work, on the streets, whatever. And what do? You're like, well, I'm getting in secret love, I guess. What do you tell anyone? Maybe it visits nightly at like 3 o'clock in the morning. You get like a nice wave flying over your bed, like, hello, I'm here, as if it were a ghost. You could worry like it's a ghost. I'm just making stuff up at this point. Wink, 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 wink. But it's like, hopefully it's not an ownership program. But the thing is, like, if you don't get that much love and you're being slaughtered, how do you survive? Is it Jesus love? Is it religious? Are people capable of doing it? Is it technology? But how crazy is that? And where can stuff like that happen? Like, in any city and town? What is it? Anyway. So there are different takes on this. The person who's slaughtered typically is very loyal. Like, I don't want to tell anyone because it's the only love I got, and that person saved my life. Whoever it is saved my life. Along with yoga. Yoga was also helpful, and yoga can help you feel a little yummy because usually, there's a lot of stretching, this, that, and the other. But on the other hand, there are people, say, who worry about stuff like that because what if it's a high-level, pedophile ring or something like that? So, what if it's like a secret way to handle certain people who are being handled in general? Like, and the person receiving the love, or as some people would see, the victim, would be torn. Like, no one wants to hurt the only person who gives them love, right? So what do? The problem is, if you experience that but you're not being paid, and in fact it's like, there's a lot of time and energy towards, serving the love, if you will, it could be seen as human trafficking. Like, how's this person supposed to earn a living? No one's giving this person money. Like, no one's paying any more than a very meager wage, for, say, dog walking or similar, house sitting. So what do? Good question.